It's time to talk fantasy football. It's time to let them know. Where you let us crunch the numbers while you crush the competition. So grab your playbooks and crack a cold one, because here's your hosts, TeeK and Baney.
Welcome back, guys. It is Super Bowl week here at the podcast. We're going to go through a couple topics here. Off the top here, we're going to start out with like the bets, the prop bets, the picks. We're going to move on to Baney's DFS players, and then we're going to finish up with our Super Bowl picks and predictions. And then we do have a special outro for you guys as well. But just to get it started here, we have some picks that Baney's going to go over with us. Since we're not going to have the Against the Spread segment this week. So, Baney, what do you got for us here?
Yeah, Badge couldn't be with us today, but he did want us to give you guys his picks this week. So, for the last time this year, TeeK, you're going to hear it. Total domination. I had to say it for him. Under 47.5 points. Last year's Super Bowl was pretty exciting. However, the under hits pretty high in these postseason playoff Super Bowl games. So that being said, under 47.5, Badge is saying lock it in. Kansas City, +2. Some places you can still get it +2.5, but I'm seeing +2 a lot of places as well. So I think Mahomes is also like 9-3 as an underdog. So I think that is a no-brainer personally. You can still get them money line. Kansas City, I think you still get them +110 as well. So if you don't want to flirt with points, you just want to, take that money line, might be a safe play as well. And next, the fun stuff. Coin toss. He's saying tails never fails. So lock it in, tails. TeeK, I got to know, though. What's the Gatorade color going to be? What are we thinking?
So I don't know if you've been paying attention to Media Day or not over at the Super Bowl with the interviews and everything. But one of the media down there asked Shanahan what his favorite Gatorade flavor was. And he said orange. So I'm going orange. I got to root for the old Falcon. Hopefully he gets his Super Bowl.
We are almost 3 minutes into the show, and I'm already shocked. I thought there was no chance you're going to be rooting for Shanahan. Wow. I don't hate the pick, though, but I think it's going to be red. I really do. I think it's going to be red. I'm trying to think. Are you taking the over or under on the national anthem? I don't know what that duration is going to be, but just blindly picking over or under. Are they going to belt it?
Who's singing it? Do you know?
I also don't know.
I'm going to say usually they want to make it a spectacle. I'm going to say over, depending on if it's.
I like it. Nope.
I want to say
with it.
A minute and 45.
I'll take it. I like it. Let's go way over on that. I'll take it. Let's start it off with a bang. Super Bowl, we're taking the points on Kansas City. We're taking the under. We're taking tails. We're split on the Gatorade colors, and we're taking the over on the national anthem. So I like it. I like what I'm hearing. Hopefully we can start off winning money on some of the stupid stuff before kickoff even hits. It'd be a nice way to start off Super Bowl Sunday.
But let's get into your DFS this week. Strictly going to be DraftKings this week with Baney. He has a couple players here that he likes, and we're going to go over those guys with you right now.
Yeah.
So starting at the QB.
With it being one game, and I mean, it's the cream of the crop, it's kind of straightforward, guys. There's really not too many players to not like. It's just going to be how you want a roster build. Mahomes is $10,600 just straight up. And I like him over Purdy. Purdy's priced at $10,000. Mahomes has been here before. This is the biggest stage. He's been in 3 Super Bowls. He's had 3+ touchdowns in 2 of those 3 Super Bowls. I'm going to take experience every time. It's not that I don't like Purdy. Purdy obviously has all the weapons at his disposal. But the last time he played a good defense was Week 16 against Baltimore. He threw 4 interceptions in that game. Really hasn't played tough defenses. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to rock with Mahomes, the biggest stage of them all. Super Bowl, baby. I want to take the guy that's been there before. He's not afraid of the bright lights.
I like that pick as well. Just for multiple reasons too. He uses his legs, I think, a lot more than Purdy as well, where they rely more on the run game with McCaffrey. So I do like that pick. But running back, I feel like I know your answer here as well. Who do you got at running back?
Well, my favorite pick at running back is Pacheco. $8,000 is an incredible steal. Specifically, if you're going to put him up in team captain, the price on DraftKings goes up. That being said, he can run the living crap out of the ball this week. The 49ers defense has given up 318 yards rushing in the postseason this year. They can be ran on, guys. That being said, Pacheco has had 63 carries in the postseason. They are running him like crazy. 3 straight games with a touchdown as well. My prop lock of the week is I'm taking Pacheco's over on carries. It's over 15.5 carries for -130. Guys, I think that he's flirting with that number by halftime. I really do. But CMC, priced at $12,000. Regularly priced at $12,000. At team captain, that number goes up to $18,000. Going to be hard to roster build around him. However, I'm assuming he's going to have the highest draft exposure in DraftKings this week. And there's nothing bad to say about that. Terrific player. He's going to touch the ball an absolute ton. But price point wise, that's steep. That's about as steep as it gets.
Yeah. The value is definitely there for Pacheco. It's just hard to. I know he's pricey, but it's hard to fade away from a guy with that many touchdowns as well. You're almost guaranteed a touchdown with McCaffrey, which is what you're looking for. But moving on to wide receiver, do we have any bargain receivers out there, you think?
I do, and I do have one on this list. The first one I'm going with right now is Debo at 9,200. If you follow the show throughout the year, you'll know I'm not the biggest Debo fan. However, I faded him pretty heavy last time. Last time we were here having the DFS show, the shoulder injury was a major concern. And through the first half of that game, it showed up. He really didn't play at all. Second half, season on the line, they ramped that usage up, design plays right and left. I think the Super Bowl is going to be exactly the same. I think his usage rate is going to be through the roof. He's going to touch the ball an absolute ton. I think Shanahan's going to try to unload the clip. And he's one of Shanahan's favorite guys. And I think that, history has shown that Shanahan leans on a few people that he really trusts. I think we're going to see CMC touch the ball a ton. And I think Debo is going to touch the ball a lot this game. And they're going to have to move him around in space. Kansas City has great secondary. I think they're going to have to get creative to get Debo the ball. But $9,200, it's not a terrible price. Full PPR for DraftKings. I think he's going to have a ton of targets. But Juwan Jennings is my favorite budget pick. $4,000, you can get Juwan Jennings. They call him third and Juwan. It's because he has a major role in this offense. They rely on him in third downs, and he's consistent. He's a pretty decent player. They have games where, the big dogs get fed before he does, and that's tough. But they got Kittle, they got Ayuk, they got Debo, and they got McCaffrey. He falls way behind them in the pecking order. However, when they rely on him, he shows up and he gives you some valuable points. I like Juwan Jennings at $4,000. I think aside from a wild card kicker defensive play, I think he's the best budget pick on the board this week.
I was about to say I like that pick because you can actually pair him with McCaffrey to lower that budget a little bit of the price of McCaffrey, which is nice. Absolutely. But tight end, do you have 1A or 1B?
In my eyes, 1A. Contrary to what his interview he said, but I'm taking Kelsey at $10,200. And I'm pretty sure his girlfriend said it best. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. This dude looks young again, dude. I don't know. He was really that banged up during the regular season. He did not look good for the tail end of the season, but man, he is rocking right now. He had 23 catches on 26 targets, 262 yards, and 3 touchdowns in this postseason. In the Super Bowl specifically, he's averaged 23.5 fantasy points per game. No, that's the last 3 games that I just listed. He scored 20 plus in the Super Bowl in the last 2 of the 3 Super Bowls. There's a ton of value on Kelsey. He's definitely not washed. Like I said, his legs are there. Just tons of value right there. Especially, I have a lineup that I'm using him as my team captain. Full PPR for DraftKings. I want that 1.5 multiplier on all of those. That being said, the other side of this, George Kittle. $6,400. I think he's the best price point in DFS this week. Any position, any format, George Kittle, $6,400. He is the lowest of all these superstars price-wise that you can get. He's lower than Rice by almost like $1,200. Like, you can't find better value on the board. My biggest issue with him is the reason I choose to fade him in regular fantasy, which is his role in the run game. His biggest downfall is that he's a really good football player, and that means blocking. And that sucks for fantasy because he's not always running the routes. He's not always doing that. And he is more than happy to just be in the trenches and blocking guys. That being said, we all saw the clip. We all know the famous clip from when they lost the Super Bowl the first time. And he's standing there mic'd up on the sideline. And he says, I will be back here. I will be back here with a vengeance. Is this the George Kittle vengeance game? Could be. It really could be.
And going back to the media day, and I know Bussin' What the Boys was there, and he gave them credit of why he's back at the Super Bowl is because he won their beer Olympics.
Yeah, said he wouldn't be here today without it. It was a heck of a video. I love that video. He is the best, dude. He is such a quality person.
And I guess, I don't know if you've seen that, something to look forward to. The Kelsey brothers are going to enter that Olympics next year. So
yeah,
something to look forward to. I like either one of these guys. I don't know. Obviously, I feel like Kelsey's going to get way more targets, but that doesn't necessarily equate to how good these targets are going to be, because these linebackers for the Niners are Fred Warner, Greenlaw. Like, are they just going to make everybody else beat them besides Kelsey? Just take Kelsey out of the equation? I don't know.
I don't know, man, because he tore up Baltimore. And Baltimore's linebackers are, they're not Greenlaw and Warner, but they are darn good players. They really are. He found really good usage at the center of the field. And, Baltimore has eliminated tight ends all year. Dude, I don't know. Kelsey just looks good. He just looks possessed. There's rumors it might be his last go-around. If he retires this year with his brother, if his brother retires, they're eligible for the same Hall of Fame class. Is that a big deal? It might be, to be honest with you. It's hard to imagine him walking away when him and Mahomes are just, God, they're so good together, man. It's such fun football. I would have never guessed in our lifetime we would have gone from watching Tom Brady, the GOAT of GOATs, and everybody. Your father, my father, anybody was saying, you'll never see this again. His records, how long he played, everything was like, this is insane. And in our lifetime, within a year of him being removed from football, this guy's already being revered as better than Tom Brady and has the stats to prove it, and is on that trajectory. It's crazy to me. But this is a wild ride, man.
I think, I don't know what interview it was. I don't know if it was Tom Brady or not, but someone brought this argument up already. Like, he's doing way better than Brady in his first couple of years and blah, blah, blah. And I can't remember if it was Brady or somebody else that says he has to get 7 and he'll shake his hand after 7 or something like that. And I think it was someone interviewing Brady, and I think he was giving props to him, but at the same time not diminishing him, which is nice to see, because in other sports that gets taken away. I know NBA is a huge one where everybody thinks they're the best, and they really don't give credit to the old guys. So
that was I was listening to somebody who turned this into the MJ LeBron debate, where it was like, well, at what point do you have to give Mahomes credit that he's, anytime he hasn't won the Super Bowl, he was like, still like on the cusp or whatever, where Brady, like in his second year or whatever, didn't even make the playoffs. And like, oh, I was like, all right, we're talking this is too much, too much decrediting greatness. And it's just like,
someone wants to always be the first to bring it up, I feel like, and it takes away from what you're watching and the player you're watching. And that's just what it is. It's clickbait.
Yeah, man. I just think at what point do we stop being satisfied with like understanding there's good players, there's great players, there's Hall of Fame players, and then there's like the GOATs. And once you hit that level, what are we comparing? What are we talking about? Like, and I just can't. I told you a couple weeks ago, I said, if Mahomes wins the Super Bowl with this team, I would officially be like, wow, this is like the Brady stuff, like winning with guys that have no business winning, but like still getting it done. But the amount of hate that Mahomes already has, we're already to the Brady conversation, because people would hate Brady for no reason. He's the GOAT. He's the greatest. He's knocking everybody out. And like people's grandmothers hated Brady for no reason other than just blah, 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 cheater. And it's like, now people hate Mahomes. It's like, 3 minutes ago, everybody loved Mahomes. It was, great story, Kansas City. And now everybody's like, you would have thought he like parked his car on a cat or something. Like,
because everybody wants the new shiny toy every year. They want to see someone else win it, and they hate seeing the same person go back. That's all it is.
yeah,
It's in every sport. The Astros, when they got caught cheating and nothing was done. It happened to Jordan. You can say LeBron for him jumping team to team and winning.
yeah.
Now it's Brady and Mahomes. It's never going to end.
Yeah, man. I just think we got to be happy just watching the greatest show on earth, and just people being just absolutely incredible at their craft. I think we're going to have a great Super Bowl, and I just hope people really appreciate it for what it is. I hope people make a lot of money too. I hope, betting wise, and I hope DFS wise. I hope it's awesome, but I just hope people really enjoy the game for what it is, man. I don't as much as everybody wants to complain and cry about showing Taylor Swift every couple of minutes, like somebody else made a great point about that the other day, that if a random person scores like Purdy, they were showing his dad every 5 minutes. Like, it's just a family member, essentially, like, just happens to be one of the most famous people on earth. But I mean, it's just good for the game, dude. It's good for exposure. I mean, football's the king for the reason of moving the game forward and stuff. Somebody brought it up recently talking about golf, that for the longest time, baseball ruled the world. Football had to move its schedule around baseball. Now they don't even schedule like major baseball games around, certain NFL games or whatever the case is. Like, NFL rules the world, dude. And it's because they're able to grow and expand. Don't be upset because the game is getting bigger and better. It is what it is, It's just weird things to be upset about. It's the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but to finish it off here, we're going to make our Super Bowl predictions. We kind of already did in the beginning there. I can say you're going Kansas City. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going Kansas City.
And I'm going Niners, so we're split down the middle. Let us know in the comments who you're going with in this Super Bowl. I don't know, man. I'm only okay. So you brought up the whole Shanny thing. So I want to go over this. I'm over it because it's been so long. So everybody else should be over that 2016 Super Bowl as well. I am so tired of seeing the anniversary catches. The Patriots aren't even in the Super Bowl. They keep popping up on Twitter, Facebook. I'm like, what is going on?
It's probably because of Dan Quinn's hiring. You're getting all of it all over again. Because that's all I'm hearing about is Dan Quinn, just epic defensive collapses, even though he's a defensive coach. But I don't know,
So
man. It's
I got
brutal.
I got my revenge when he went to the Super Bowl and he couldn't do nothing. Everybody was going down, so I was happy then. But second time around, brought him back. So like to see Shanny get one. And then I don't know if you know the media day thing. Busting with the Boys had a good point too about the number 13. I don't know if you
Yeah. But I
so
don't know,
everything's
man.
Kansas City. Maybe they're trying to get everybody on this Kansas City train where all the money's gonna go and maybe
There's a
the
lot
numbers.
of a lot of the public money is on Kansas City.
So that's why I'm kind of going Niners route.
I mean, you got one of the best players on earth on offense, man. It's kind of hard to fade it. They just such a great team, San Francisco, and they just did a really good job getting better in the offseason. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, be interesting to see if that team stays together if they win. You know, teams that get this far and they do this in the modern era, they don't always stay together. People go get paid. I know. I think Ayuk's up this year, or is Debo up this year? One of those
I
guys.
think Ayuk is. I was looking at cap space today. I forgot to look up these two teams for some reason. I was just looking up other teams
You just couldn't
today.
believe how bad the Chargers cap space is.
Yeah, we were talking about the Chargers. Atlanta's middle of the pack, but I think the Niners are in a bad spot. This team is either like win it or break it up kind of deal. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong,
I
but
mean,
there's a lot of big names on that team front on the offense and defense for not to, be over cap, which is nuts.
they're gonna be in bad shape when they have to pay Purdy.
Exactly. He's getting paid too. But that does wrap up our Super Bowl episode. We thank you guys for sticking with us. So this will be the last episode for now. We will come back here. We're still going to make shorts. We're still going to cover free agency. We're going to cover the draft, make some episodes when those come up here. But we will take a little break, obviously, because there won't be any football news. So we'll continue the shorts up until then, and then we'll rev back up with the draft and free agency, and then probably another little lull, you think, Baney, until we get to fantasy season. We're trying to get some more college. I know we're getting a lot of love for the college commits episode. I'm still hearing about it. It's just tough to work around some of these guys' schedules, just because everything that's going on. The Senior Bowl just happened. You saw the media. It's nuts. So hopefully get some more during the off season like that. Have some of those guys, more guys come on like that. Even more fantasy people. We're trying to get everybody we can for you guys, just to give you looks in different personalities and what their thoughts is, which is nice. But
Yeah, can't thank you guys enough. You've been riding with us the entire season. I think our subscribers have gone up by well over 200, almost 300 subscribers on the year in our first season. Yeah, man.
yeah, that's incredible. Thank you guys.
It's been an awesome ride. We're planning on doing more mocks this summer, more interactive stuff with you guys. We had some fans in that, and then some other community members, some other analysts. We already have some guys lined up for guest spots, just working around schedule stuff right now. They're lead NFL writers for their respective companies. Like we're grinding for you guys, and we're excited to create some new content for 2024. You guys saw all the draft stuff we did last year. We're going to do reiterations of those episodes again. We had a lot of fun doing those. Some of TeeK's tier talks. We're going to get into those. It's going to be an awesome off season. But yeah, we just kind of think it's just going to be kind of some dead space right now, waiting to see where some big names land in free agency, wait for where these rookies are going to land. Then we're going to do a draft recap, like he said. And then otherwise, we're just going to be speculating and really not really helping anybody out. So once we get some landing spots for some dudes, we're going to be able to, really give our opinions, our insights, see what the stats line up on that. And it's going to be awesome. Like he said, we're going to drop a bunch of shorts. We're going to be very involved still in the summer. You can always drop in the comments. Get after it, guys. We love it.
this new football season, the boys might be on the road too. So stay tuned. We might be coming to a tailgate near you. We're working on some stuff with that. So
be incredible.
So hopefully we can get out there to a couple games here with you guys as well, which is going to be pretty fun.
Maybe even bust out some golf content. Maybe, it's the off season, Josh
Allen's have to make another channel for that.
Josh Allen's already, doing pro-ams, and we saw what Tom Brady did on that tee box the other day. I know I can do that at least.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's one of us.
But yeah, guys, let us know if you're interested in that. Drop in the comments. Maybe we'll do a let them know open or something.
Oh, yeah, there you go. There's an idea as well.
Yeah.
Also, thank you to our partners at Underdog Fantasy, a different way to play fantasy football. Deposit match from $10 all the way up to $100 they'll match. Please use that promo code. Let them know at the bottom of the screen there. We thank you guys, man, and we thank our partners. Everything is not possible without you guys who are subscribed, watching our stuff. But until next time, thanks for sticking with us.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Let 'Em Know Fantasy Football Podcast.
Wow,
join our community and follow us on all socials.
You
or
get the
keep up
the
with
wrist.
the episodes on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts.
See, you got a good swing.